This video is brought to you by Noisy Box. Simple yet elegant. A perfect gift for your loved ones. To place orders, visit noisybox.com.
I was so possessive on set. I can't show it also, no. I was so possessive. I was like every time both of them will talk, I'm like,
The OG
not fair.
actually.
Yeah, the original has come and I'm out.
Yeah.
நான் என்
You
வேலையை
called her sexy in
பார்க்கிறேன்.
one of her promo
Yeah,
interviews.
she is.
Yeah.
Sir, that's what Sir used. She's going to be very sexy, but
Hello, hi, and welcome to Cinema Express. This is Vignesh Madhu. Today we have with us the Poonguzhali of Ponniyin Selvan, Aishwarya Lekshmi. Hello, madam.
hi.
Do you believe in destiny? So,
I do.
நீங்க இப்போ பாத்தீங்கன்னா யூ கம் ஃப்ரம் அ நான் ஃபில்மி பேக்ரவுண்ட், மெடிசின் பண்ணீங்க, அப்புறம் யூ டர்ன்ட் அ மாடல், அப்புறம் மலையாளம் சினிமா. இப்போ நீங்க நடிக்க போற படம் பொன்னியின் செல்வன் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு சில பல டெக்கேட்ஸாவே இந்த படம் பிளான் பண்ணி கடைசியா இப்போதான் இந்த படம் மெட்டீரியலைஸ் ஆகுது. ஸோ டூ யூ பிலீவ் இன் தட்?
ஃபிலிமில் வரணும்னு ஆசைப்படாம ஃபிலிமில் வந்துட்டேன்னா இன் மை மைண்ட் ஒன்லி திங் ஐ வாண்டட் டு பி வாஸ் ஒரு நல்ல டாக்டர் ஆகணும். ஈவன் மை பேரண்ட்ஸ் நிறைய காசு வாங்குற டாக்டர் அந்த மாதிரி இல்லை, சர்வீஸ் பண்ற மாதிரி ஒரு டாக்டர் ஆகணும். தட் வாஸ் வாட் மை பேரண்ட்ஸ் வாண்டட். Amma had when I was not getting entrance and when I had to repeat and all that, Amma had given this thing in Guruvayur temple that she'll one day work at your hospital. There was a hospital there. She'll one day work there. So that was a kind of life that I wanted to have as well. But if a person like that has to come into film industry, has to do films like this, be Mani Sir's Poonguzhali, what else can it be? Destiny illama, that is fate. That is, God has already written something. We can't change that.
அது மாதிரி நம்ம இதுக்கு முன்னாடி பேசுறதப்ப நீங்க சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க your parents were not very approving of you becoming an actor.
They're still like that.
அதான் நான் கேட்க வந்தேன். ஸோ இப்போ நீங்க மணிரத்னம் படம் பண்றீங்க, அதுவும் இந்தியாலே ஒன் ஆஃப் த பிகெஸ்ட் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ்ல நடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கீங்க. இப்போ எப்படி இருக்கு அவங்களோட அந்த ரெஸ்பான்ஸ்?
இது இப்போவும் கேட்டா both my mother and father will say this is not what we wanted for you. But the thing is, they can see that I am happy.
Okay.
இப்போ for their kids, இப்போ பெண்ணா இருந்தாலும் ஆணா இருந்தாலும் பேரண்ட்ஸ்க்கு தேவை அவருக்கு செக்யூரா இருக்கணும், ஃபினான்ஷியலா செக்யூரா இருக்கணும், இமோஷனலா செக்யூரா இருக்கணும், ஹாப்பியா இருக்கணும், டிப்ரெசிங்கான தாட்ஸ் எதுவும் வராம அப்படியே God should protect them and take them forward. So I think அந்த இதுல my parents are happy.
You're happy, so they are also happy.
Yeah, they have no other choice now.
Okay. அந்த மாதிரி.
ஆமா. ஆனா அப்ரூவல் பெண்டிங் இப்போ.
ஓ அப்படியா?
ஆமா.
உங்களோட ஹாஸ்பிடல்ல டாக்டரா வர்க் பண்ணனும் இன்னும் உங்களுக்கு ஆசை இருக்கா?
அவருக்கு இப்போ பெரிய பெரிய ஆசை ஜாஸ்தியா வருது. இது விடாம நிறைய ஆசை இருக்கு அம்மாக்கு. இது இல்லாம இன்னும் நிறைய ஆசை இருக்கு. ஆனாலும் she is like that. அப்போ இப்போ அம்மாவுக்கு டெய்லி இப்போ you know, even if she has a lot of money, she spends very little. என்ன தேவையோ அது மட்டும்தான். So I think I have a lot of values that I have learned from her. இன்னும் like daily she keeps surprising me. So that's also there. So I think her wants are very minimal. இப்போ we see a lot of people running after money. My mother is not like that. So I think that has inspired me a lot and still keep inspiring me.
Okay. Also, being a huge fan of your character in Mayanadi, I just want to ask you this. இப்போ மாயாநதி பார்த்துட்டு தான் உங்களுக்கு did Mayanadi pay way for Ponniyin Selvan? Did you ever ask Mani sir about it?
Yeah, for everything actually. For Jagamai Thandiram, for Karthik Subrat sir to call me for his film, for Mani sir to initially meet me even before Ponniyin Selvan. For Mani sir to meet me, Mayanadi was the reason.
Oh, he watched the film?
He watched the film and he called to meet me.
Oh,
this
great.
was long back, yeah. So to this day, I have not been, I mean like now I believe more. But I don't have a selfie with Mani sir. I've never taken because it's a very surreal thing for me. Like, avlo respect irukku. Inside my mind, I always think of Mani sir as my guru because every time I watch one of his films, I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be an actor that would surprise Mani sir. I don't think I have become that now.
Okay.
But you know, something about wanting to, what is the word? Wanting to, I'm seeking validation from him. Everything I do. In my mind. One of his films have given me a motivation to be a better actor, given me that drive to become better.
Okay.
Yeah.
ஸோ மாயநதியிலே ஒரு ஆடிஷன் சீன் ஒன்று இருக்கும்ல, நீங்கள் ஒரு நியூ கமர் ஆக்டராக போயிட்டு ஒரு ஆடிஷன் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணுவீங்களா? பொன்னியின் செல்வன் ஆடிஷன்ஸ் வேர் தட் சிமிலர் டு தட்?
It was very different, I think. Mayanadi audition and Ponniyin. Maybe the want and the Appu character wanted it so much. And the want correct idha irukku. But I think Appu is a lot more bold than me in personal life. As in, she's more stronger. I was standing there like a mouse. Like I was on the side. I was thinking, will sir take me? Will sir not take me? I was like that. I was very jittery, fidgety. If you look at Appu is very solid. I lacked my part. Then the rest is up to you. What comes doesn't come. If it doesn't come, she'll be sad. But she goes through the process very in a steadfast manner. Very composed manner. I'm not like that. So very different from that character. But she's also a woman I look up to, you know, Appu as a character.
இந்த ரோல் உங்களுக்கு கிடைச்சிருச்சுன்னு உங்களுக்கு தெரிய வந்த நெக்ஸ்ட் நீங்க என்ன பண்ணீங்க?
So முன்னாடி first முதல்ல the audition that I did was not for Poonguzhali. ஆமா, வானதி கேரக்டருக்கு தான் first audition பண்ணதும் first select ஆனதும் அந்த கேரக்டருக்கு தான். அப்ப அந்த ஆடிஷன் கடையில சார் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தாங்க, ஒரு அந்த புக் படிச்சிருப்பேன்னா ஒரு ஜோதிஷி மீட் பண்ற அந்த ஒரு ஏரியா இருக்கு, அதுதான் ஆடிஷன்ல கொடுத்தது. அப்போ ஒரு ஆங்ஸ்ட் இருக்கு அந்த கேரக்டருக்கு. ஏன் I don't want to say more about the scene. Spoiler இல்ல, எல்லாருமே படிச்சிருக்காங்க அந்த புக். ஆனாலும் ஒரு ஆங்ஸ்ட் இருக்கு அந்த கேரக்டருக்கு இந்த கேள்வி கேட்கும்போது. அப்ப அது while I was saying, I asked it, and then Mani sir came and said, so while you're doing this in the shot, அங்க ஷூட் பண்ணும்போது you ask it with the body also. So he was telling me like these things. So you know what I thought, I heard the direction, but on top of that I was like, oh, so when you do this in the shoot, which means he has already taken me inside. So I was reading the book then, and Poonguzhali kept attracting me more and more and more. So I somehow wanted it from my heart. I wanted that character, and something kept telling me, no, this is not the one for you. You are not Vanati. It kept happening. And I was shooting for Jagmeethandram in London, and my manager called me and said, listen, I have a good news. And I told him, did sir offer Poonguzhali? Oh. Yeah. So the next thing that I did was obviously start preparing for the role. Sir wanted me to be physically strong. And Jagmeethandram, they wanted me to put on weight, look more mature, because the character has gone through a lot of struggles. We have to convince people that she has a child and all that. So the two characters were poles apart. I don't know how much of it will be seen on screen. I put on weight for the other character. I had to look mature. And for this one, she had to be physically fit. So I had to lose weight, be strong, like put on muscles. I tried whatever I could in like 1.5 months span. Learned swimming. I used to go for double sculling, the rowing thing, because just so that I get used to water. I guess get used to being in it. There's a certain a balance that comes when you are in water. So all those things, because I didn't know swimming, so I had to learn that. So whatever I could in that 1.5 months I have done. And plus, I think reading the book in and out, just to get the character, like what they say, she has killed a leopard. They say she knows. Inga irukra aalungal ellarume they are looking at you. She dresses a particular way and all that. She knows anga aal kannu அந்த ஒரு gaze இருக்கும். And she's not bothered. She's very strong. She's very என்ன சார் நீங்க பாருங்க, நான் என் வேலையை
called her sexy in one of her promo interviews.
Yeah, she is. Sir, that's what sir used. She's going to be very sexy, but that's the first thing he said after I auditioned for Poonguzhali and was selected. He said she dresses up. He also knew that I was reading the book, so he said you already know she's very sexy, and we are going to portray her like that. And I didn't have that image, pehle se. Like as I've done bold characters, but I have never like gone into that zone. I was always a little apprehensive, and I don't think of myself as being sexy. So to portray someone who's sexy is a challenge. So he said, this is how we are going to shoot, but be rest assured I am shooting it, so you have nothing to worry.
Aesthetics will have
obviously. And Mani sir asked me anything, I'll do. So that's a different thing altogether. So preparation for the character was all the physical part. Other than the physical transformation part of it, basically reading the script, getting into the skin of the character.
முன்னாடி ஒரு டிவியில் என்கிட்ட சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க இந்த மாதிரி ஐ கான்வர்ஸ் லாட் வித் பீப்புள் டு கெட் டு நோ வாட் தேர் கோயிங் த்ரூ. இப்போ நான் ஒரு கேரக்டர் பண்ணணும்னா அந்த கேரக்டர் அந்த அவங்களோட அதே ஐ ஷுட் எம்பத்தைஸ் வித் தம். பேசி பேசி எனக்கு சப்கான்ஷியஸாக தான் அந்த கேரக்டர் எனக்குள்ளே வரணும். பட் இப்போ பொங்குழி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா யூ won't have that such references. அந்த மாதிரி யாருமே இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. ஸோ நீங்கள் எப்படி அது வாஸ் இட் த புக் ஆர் த ஸ்கிரிப்ட்?
It was the script and the book. இப்போ script is an abridged version.
Okay.
இப்போ scriptல maybe we will not have multiple other scenes of Poonguzhali that's there in the book. The introduction of Poonguzhali in the book is like she's sitting on the temple on the wall இருந்து ஏதோ சாப்பிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. அந்த டைம்ல தான் வந்தியத்தேவன் வந்து he'll see her. So adulala the way Kalki sir narrates about Poonguzhali is very different, you know, like different in the sense you understand it. In the way he narrates, you understand what sort of a person it is. And the varnana romba it is effective enough for me as an actor to encapsulate what the character wants. So while I was, that's why even though sir said don't read, I read. I think sir was worried maybe there's not much as in the screenplay than as in the book, because it's a 5 book abridged into two parts. But I was not worried at all. You have given me one role, no? So I had to prepare. So I read the book and that's how I prepared for the character.
And pandemic timeல வர ஒரு 2 years gap மொத்தமா அப்படி ஷூட் பண்ணீங்க. ஸோ அந்த you had to be in shape all through this. இல்லை அது how tough was, how challenging was it for you?
So we started shooting 2019 December. 2020 we started on set. It was a beautiful experience. There was we went to a temple nearby. I got locked in the temple alone because everybody left, and I was this was near River Kwai. So I was sitting there looking. It was beautiful. I'll always remember this.
This was in Bali?
No, this was in Thailand, okay. Kanchanaburi.
Okay.
And we start 2020 and the COVID comes. And I was thinking, I was just hoping, oh, my career is taking off. I'm part of a Mani Ratnam movie. I can't wait for what next. Jagmetandram was going to release. So many things were happening, and suddenly, but it happened to everybody. Yeah. I know the loss for me is much less compared to rest of the world. But I was stuck all through COVID. Physical, all that went off the roof because what I was eating non-stop and got very stressed. And whenever the shoot would start, and that was often, we would say next month we'll start shoot, but then we couldn't get permissions. So whenever they say they'll start shoot, I immediately get into, oh no, I shouldn't do this to myself. I should start working out. But this kept happening, you know, this kept happening in a loop multiple times. So if you look into the film, the second half of the film and all, I look quite different. I've tried maintaining, but I'm not that disciplined as an actor. Vikram sir, I've been amazed hearing stories while I'm talking to him and all. என்னால் அவ்வளோ அந்த அளவுக்கு டெடிகேஷன் இன்னும் வரலன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். பட் ஐ வாண்ட் டு பி. But that is the learning I'm having from this film while traveling with them for promotions and all that.
படத்துல பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு இந்த ஆக்டர்ஸ் கூடலாம் அவ்வளோ காம்பினேஷன் இல்லைன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இப்போ விக்ரம், த்ரிஷா, or probably did you have combination with Aishwarya Rai?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so இவங்க கூட இந்த ப்ரொமோஷன் டூர்ஸ் போகும்போது அது எப்படி இருந்துச்சு அந்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்? Probably this is the first time you're doing such extensive promotions,
no, in your career. And such huge stars. Yeah. The thing is, they're like very, very normal human beings, very nice human beings to talk to. But they've been in the industry for like say 20 years, 30 years. This experience is vast. And for me, I felt like I'm so blessed that I can actually learn from each and every one of them. The way they talk in interviews, the way they prepare, and I lose it when I'm on stage. I get so nervous, I forget for one, I don't prepare. I don't like preparing even for an interview or on stage. But I think because these people have done that
over the years.
So பேசுறதும் ஆடியன்ஸ் கிட்ட இடப்படுறதும் they have a certain style to it. Okay. I love that. And from Vikram sir, I think I keep hearing about the way he prepares for his roles, the way he is part of dubbing. Like in the film ku 4-5 language they have dubbed. He was there with each and every dubbing artist. So he would tell them in the time la indha mari feel panta andala. Karthi sir knows the book inside out. He'll know my dialogues. He'll know everybody's dialogues. he'll know இந்த சீனுக்கு முன்னாடி பூங்குழலி எந்த இடத்துல இருந்து வர்றாங்க, இதுக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன நடந்தது, all that he'll know. So Karthi sir will help me with that while it's shot. So there'll be close-ups and all that, and I've worked with actors before who'll just walk away. Yen close-up na, they needn't be there.
Yeah.
Karthi sir was there because he knew I was nervous. Karthi sir would give me his dialogue so I can emote better.
Okay.
Listening to his voice or whatever. Then Aishwarya Rai ma'am, I've noticed that she studies like she's preparing for board exams. Because this is not her, I mean, she's not too, say, not familiar with the language.
Okay.
So even for me, that issue was there. Malayalam na, I don't have to think extra about getting the dialogues right.
Okay.
Tamil, this Tamil, we have not used proper Sen Tamil, but because we want people to
understand better.
Yeah, like have their journey along with the film. I don't want, I mean, Mani sir didn't want people to wait, remember what the dialogue is, figure out what that meant, and then okay, by that time 2-3 dialogues will pass. So it is being made easier for the audience, but in spite of that, it is difficult for me. But Aishwarya Rai ma'am, she had this long notebook where she'll write dialogues. Even after pack up, she'll sit there and discuss with Mani sir.
Okay.
So until Aishwarya Rai ma'am came, so actually even in Thailand in our first schedule, I used to like go there, discuss with sir, talk to him. Even
you ask him a lot of questions.
I ask him a lot of questions, and I try to be around him because I love him. I'm so fond of him that it's a thing. I don't know. I just want to be around him. Okay. And I think it was Shiva sir, I think, our EP.
Okay.
He told me, wait until Aishwarya Rai ma'am comes, you'll be out. I'm like, what are you saying? No, they're very good friends. They've known each other for so long. I was so possessive on set. I can't show it also, no?
Okay.
I was so possessive. I was like, every time both of them will talk, I'm like,
the OG
not fair.
actually.
Yeah, the original has come and I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Trisha is the coolest, I think. She'll be having this, the headgear itself is very heavy. Her ornaments, everything will weigh her down, and we are shooting in temperatures. It was really hot in Ramoji. She'll sit there like nothing is bothering her. Like shift all delete by the end of the day. Next day she'll come completely refreshed, and she's so beautiful. I don't know how she maintains like that. Jayam Ravi sir, again, he acts as if he's like the last bencher, okay? Like he acts as if he has learnt nothing. He's not concentrating, but he'll get everything right. And if you look at him in this film, he's so different from everything he has done. Like he has gotten the essence of the Raja. Like the way he speaks. Everything is perfect. The way he smiles, if you look at it, it's not his usual smile. Like he doesn't smile like how he smiles in interviews. He's very different, very Raja-like smile and all that happening.
So that is a Mani Ratnam thing, I guess. Even இப்போ ஆடியன்ஸ்ல கூட ரஜினி சார் சொல்லியிருந்தாரு, ஃபீல் பண்ணி நடிங்க என்ன ஃபீலிங் அவரே கேட்டாரு. அவருக்கே அப்படி இருக்கு. உங்களுக்குலாம் இப்போ நீங்க ஒரு சர்டன் ஆக்டிங் ஸ்கூல்ல இருந்து வந்திருப்பீங்க, ஒரு சர்டன் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஆக்டிங்லாம் ட்ரெயின் பண்ணி வந்திருப்பீங்க ஓவர் த இயர்ஸ். டக்குன்னு மணி ரத்னம் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் ஃபில்ம் மேக்கிங்குள்ள வரும்போது உங்களுக்கு எப்படி இருந்துச்சு அது அடாப்ட் பண்றதுக்கு?
ஸோ எனக்கு ஆக்டிங் ஸ்கூல் எல்லாம் கிடையாது.
இல்ல ஆக்டிங் ஸ்கூல்
எனக்கு மாயநதியில இருந்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் தான் நான் இன்னும் ஐ அம் கேரிங் அந்த பெட்ரோல்ல தான் ஓடுறது வண்டி இப்போ. ஸோ when I was working with Mani sir, so there's this particular incident I remember. So we started shoot, even if it is very difficult, like for sure, sirs, every shot is difficult. And the film's first shot started with me. So it was like Poonguzhali coming out of water, jumping into the boat and all that. We were not able to do that because under the sea, there are rocks, the place we are standing on. So there is no point. I can't jump. Like, I'm like hurting my feet on the rocks. Clothes, obviously, it is cotton sarees and all that. It keeps slipping away. So there's a lot of, and then I had a fish in my hand. So I've gone down to take the fish. Fish also had to be, secure and lot of things. It was so difficult. I cannot come out of water looking sexy. That was a brief to me. I cannot, because I'm going through so much. I have to make sure my costumes are in place, the fish is in place. I think we did some 5-6 shots because by the time I came up and everything was perfect and graceful and all that, the fish was in there.
Oh.
Like the fish is gone. So we had to, all the ADs were underwater looking for the fish. And there's a lot of those things. As in the fish, matlab the art ka fish, not the thing. So, so other than that, I think it is basically, you will, the situation, see, in this circumstance, you ask me to act in a scene, I can feel it, I can emote properly, everything. Put this in, there'll be fire on one side, there's water on one side, you emote means you have to be bloody brilliant to emote then. Because as an actor, your concentration will go haywire. And me, for one thing, I have zero concentration. I'm very ADHD like that. So, sir puts you in that situation every single time. And then gets the best out. I think that's just a Mani Ratnam thing. Like, and then he tells you what the situation. Another situation is, we were doing this. This comes in the second part. I'm rowing the boat and I'm looking at PS, and sir wanted me to act a particular way. So we did 3 shots, we tried, and we got it perfect in the rehearsal. Like, he wanted me to tear up, and I got it perfect in the rehearsal. Didn't need glycerin, didn't need anything. I was just in the zone. Then we start shooting. It was 43 degrees that day. My back is burning because of the heat. It's burning, and the ore is heavy. Not able to, and sir, Ravi Varman sir wanted me a particular way so that he can get both me and PS in the same shot or something. So that sitting itself was very odd. Body wise also, I'm not able, like a lot of other things takes concentration. So emoting was very difficult. So I emoted a different way than what sir wanted. So the first 3 takes, I tried doing what sir wanted. By the 4th take, I understood not happening. So I did what came to me naturally. Sir accepted that. So I was very happy with that actually. So I said that also works for me. Then I think all through the first schedule of shoot, I was a very, very new actor. I was still very nervous of being on that set, not believing that I got to be part of PS. So nervousness took up like 60% of my mind space. The rest came from the nervous mind space. So now I think when we were doing patch and all that, by the time I've become like Mani Ratnam veteran.
அதான் கேட்கலாம். இப்போ நீங்க நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒரு Mani Ratnam செட்ஸ் குள்ள போனா you will be comfortable.
Yeah, if Mani sir takes me, we don't know that yet.
Fingers crossed. இப்போ அப்படி போச்சுனா, அப்படி ஒரு சான்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு வந்துச்சுனா, you'll be better, no?
I'll be more confident. Like, now I'm sorted. Now I'm not nervous. Now only the love is brimming on top. The love for Mani.
இவ்ளோ நாள் நீங்க மாயாநதியோட அந்த பெட்ரோல் வச்சு ஓட்டிட்டு இருந்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னீங்க. இனிமே நீங்க பூங்குழலியை வச்சு தான் ஓட்டுறதா இருக்கீங்களா இல்ல?
இப்போ நிறைய லேர்னிங்ஸ் இருக்குறீங்க இந்த ஃபிலிம்ல இருந்து. டிசிப்ளின், punctuality, everything, you know. On set means நீங்க உங்க வேலை மட்டும் இல்ல. You have to, not just an actor, you have to be an assistant director on set. I think post Mani Ratnam's film, in Kumari, the film that I'm doing, Kumari, Ammu, everything, I was always, even if I didn't know the language, I'll make sure I converse with everyone. I ask them what they're doing. On set, I'll know what is happening there. I'll go.
So it has been such a huge learning experience.
It's not interfering. I won't interfere with anybody's work, but I'm also a part of their work. I make sure I try to be a part of their work without hindering in anybody's work. I think that's the best learning from Mani sir's set. Also, even if it is challenging, even if you feel like saying no, don't give up.
ஸோ இப்போ முன்னாடி நீங்கள் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தீங்களா, ஐஸ்வர்யா அண்ட் த்ரிஷா 2 ஸ்ட்ராங் பில்லர்ஸ் ஆஃப் திஸ் ஃபிலிம். ஸோ இப்போ உங்களுக்கு பூங்குழலி இல்லை, யூ கேன் எய்தர் சூஸ் குந்தவை ஆர் நந்தினி, விச் ஒன் வுட் யூ சூஸ்?
I don't want.
You don't want.
எனக்கு பூங்குழலி போதும்.
Okay.
Yeah. இந்த புக் படிக்கும்போது, even screen play we had readings and all, I really liked நம்ம Nandini and Vikram sir's track. Aditya Karikalar and Nandini's track I really liked. Like பயங்கர heart எல்லாம் அப்படியே, that was very painful for me, that entire track.
By the time you started shooting, how thorough were you with the novel?
Yeah.
Very thorough.
Yeah. And all through the shoot also I was reading.
எல்லாரும் அப்படிதான் இருந்தாங்களா? இல்ல எல்லாரும் அப்படிதான் இருந்தாங்களா? ஏன்னா மணி சார் வந்து நீங்க படிக்காதீங்கன்னு சொல்லியிருந்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னீங்கல்ல?
ஆமா, I think Karthi sir has already read the novel. He would have read it twice, I think. Baki எல்லாருமே has read, for sure read. I have only read once because it's 5 part and I have read while the filming was happening and in between and all that. I've read it only once, but even in that one reading, I could absorb so much. It's very, I have definitely seen shades of this book in multiple films.
Oh.
Yeah. Like if you read the book, you will also feel that. Because every other director or writer would have read Ponniyin Selvan at one point or the other, I feel. Because I see the shades of the characters in multiple other characters that we have seen in Indian cinema.
Films over the
Yeah.
years ன்ற மாதிரி. Okay, one second. ஆல்சோ இப்போ நீங்கள் சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க யூ ஆர் ஒன் ஆஃப் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டு பி காஸ்ட் இன் திஸ் ஃபிலிம் அண்ட் இந்த படத்தோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஷாட்டும் உங்களுக்கு தான் வச்சுருந்தாங்க. அப்போ எவ்வளோ நர்வஸாக இருக்கும் இவ்வளோ பெரிய ஒரு படம், அது நீங்கள் அந்த ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி எப்படி ஹேண்டில் பண்ணிட்டு?
I didn't handle it at all. I was a nervous wreck. Brinda Master இல்லைன்னா நெக்ஸ்ட் ஃப்ளைட்டில் என்னை திருப்பி அனுப்பிச்சுடுவேன். I'm pretty sure. Brinda Master was the one who kept giving me, girls can do this. Her assistant had a cap and all that. That used to be my wallpaper for a long time because I was avlo nervous. Enala mudiyala in the film la there was moments when I thought, my god, sir would be thinking ye inda ponna cast pannena. Avlo nervous ah irundha. But I think if not for Brinda Master, for sure I would have returned. And Eka Lakani also, Eka kept on giving me confidence. You know, something or the other she would say and I'll feel better. Okay. Because she kept complimenting me on the look. And for Eka also, it was very different. Everybody was in a royal getup and I was this character who was wearing cotton and oxidized silver jewelry and having tattoos. So Eka also really liked my look. So, and I look up to Eka, like I have followed her work from so long. And I was like, okay, Eka is appreciating. So, so it gives us some confidence.
You need some validation.
Appreciation, validation. So, and they'll come while the shot is happening and all. Eka will come and say, "Oh, bro, you look so sexy, bro. It's so nice, bro." So all this is nice because people are being so nice to me. People I look up to are being so nice to me. Brinda Master, I think every day she'll just look at me while we were shooting the song. She'll just look at me and say, she'll just give that expression. Okay, that gave me a lot of, I don't know, like everything I needed to carry on day by day. That's all. The fuel to carry on for the day was Brinda Master.
இன்னொரு 2 days தான் இருக்கு படத்துக்கு. இப்போ அந்த நர்வஸ்னஸ் அப்படியே இருக்கா?
ஆமா, இப்போ பூங்குழலி கேரக்டருக்கு நிறைய ஃபேன்ஸ் இருக்கு. அதுதான் இப்போ என்னோட பயம்.
ட்விட்டர்ல எல்லாம் ஒரு செக்ஷன் ஆஃப் பூங்குழலி ஆர்மி அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
ஆமா, பயங்கரமா ஃபேன்ஸ் இருக்கு. இப்போ எனக்கு அதுதான் இப்போ பயம். இப்போ if one person feels like illa
she didn't live up to that
to the imagination, then I'll be sad.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting that as well. Like you can't please everybody.
Yeah,
so I'm expecting that as well, but still I wish and I hope and I pray that maybe by some dumb luck people like me.
ஓகே, இப்போ ரீசென்ட்லி யூ டர்ன்ட் அ ப்ரொடியூசர். அப்போ கார்கி படத்தோட ஹீரோயின் ஓரியன்டட் சப்ஜெக்ட் எடுத்து நீங்கள் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க. இப்போ டு யூ see a need for women to be part of the crew? அது எவ்வளோ இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் நீங்கள் நினைக்கிறீங்க? மோர் women to come and be part of the, இப்போ எக்கா லக்கானி, பிருந்தா மாஸ்டர் அவங்கள மாதிரி more and more women should be part of the film sets. அது எவ்வளோ இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் நீங்கள் நினைக்கிறீங்க?
It is very, very important. If you look at my,
do you ensure that you have so இப்போ நீங்கள் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ண படத்தில் அந்த மாதிரி?
So even if I am the producer, I have very little say on the matter because most other people are executing. But this is the set where, because I'm being very honest, I'm not going to say I was a producer, I had the say in everything. No, I had the say in creative parts of it.
Okay.
The execution part of it, I'm not there.
Oh, okay.
I'm not there because I'm shooting a lot of other films, so I was not able
in
to
person
be there.
we're not there.
But I trust the people who are making the film. Gautam Ramachandran, Anantha Padmanabhan was a repeat. They are the best men I have seen.
Okay.
They're the best creators I have seen. Like, so for me, Gargi as a set was the best possible situation a woman can work in. And Sai Pallavi was the only person that we could think of as Gargi, you know, like at the moment we had
did
the
it ever
first,
cross your mind na the role play pannina?
Oh, it came to me first. That's how I was like we started discussions.
Why didn't you take up?
I knew I couldn't shoulder this responsibility. It came to me long before I had done my first film in Tamil. I think the discussion happened while I was doing my first film in Tamil. And I told Gautam, I cannot shoulder this responsibility. It was such a big film and you are asking. I mean, this was just a discussion. It was not offered to me.
Okay.
He was just saying, why don't you consider this story next? I could direct. And I said, no, not happening. This is a big film. I cannot shoulder the responsibility. And right now, if you see the film, you can't see anybody else's guy.
Yeah.
Like nobody could have done justice to that like Sai Pallavi did. So Gargi's set, I am pretty sure like we had a lot of female, subtitle is Rekha, Shubha who was a costume designer, Shrayanti who was our DOP, Shrayanti and Prem was the DOP duo, but we had female crew members. Gautam really wanted one more AD who was a female to be on set, but it was during the pre-production and all, it was all men we got and we were working very tight budget. So we had to stay close to that. But I'm pretty sure in our next production venture that we are, we definitely want. Because I've seen in Mani sir's set this happening. His ADs majority are females. His production team majority are females. There's this girl Ashi who takes care of everything single-handedly. Like she will answer to every question, starting from the simplest things to the execution of the entire, the marketing procedures, everything. Simplest thing when I say, listen, this person's tea hasn't reached the hotel room. She'll get that also done. She'll get the venue also ready simultaneously. So, I'm saying when we're doing marketing. So I've been amazed at the way the girls handle it. Eka's team, it's all, Team E is all girls. I have not seen like maybe the dressmen, everybody is there. But it's mostly all girls. And the amount of, there's this positivity that happens when there's so much girls on set. And I gel better with girls. So that's bad.
That's not bad. That's just being honest.
Yeah. So, I had so much fun on PS set because there was so much girls. And this is even the art we had girls. There's this thing that happens when there is women. It's not just about the perspective. I somehow feel women gets things done quicker also.
Okay.
They'll find shortcuts to do things. So yeah, I don't know if that's an odd statement. That's what I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, your headlining projects now. Munadi, you were doing female leads. Your headlining project, Kumari, then you did Rachana 31. Ammu's in Telugu happening. So, under responsibility, it's new to you now.
It is still a huge responsibility. Kumari na and the padam, big budget padam. I'm also one of the co-producers of the film. So, I'm very much aware of the weight.
Oh, you're also one of the co-producers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm very much aware of the weight that is on us. For Gargi, it was easier for me because we have Sai Pallavi. She's a huge star.
Yeah.
So even though we have all the tensions of a big film, it's still because Sai is there. It's still a little more easier. But Kumari, I'm thinking, ye munji dane. So this is a question I ask my friends: how are we going to do the sale, bro? So we keep having these conversations. But the content, we are all very happy about the content we are producing.
Yeah, and the teaser is getting excellent response.
Yes. So it is not the usual. Gargi and Kumari for me are very different. It was easier for me to say yes to be part of the production in Gargi. Kumari took a lot from me to say yes to. Like it was also very last minute that I got into the production part of the film. It's huge. It is very risky, and I think we have made a brave decision making this film.
Okay.
Yeah, so you will see once we go forward, you will see why and all that. It is not your usual kind of cinema. It's not the usual kind of cinema that we keep seeing here, which is also one of the reasons why I wanted to be part of it. And Ammu is very content driven. It's coming on Amazon Prime. Both Ammu and Kumari is set for an October release. Like I don't know, somehow I feel like destiny is playing a big part in my life right now. Even for PS, the first shot was on me. I'm just going to be a little girl for 2 minutes now.
Okay.
The first shot was on me. My birthday, it was the trailer and audio launch. Then Sir keeps finding something or the other to make it feel very special. The song, the way they played the song on the trailer release day, I couldn't speak post that. I was so overwhelmed post that. And there was, for the first time, I've done so many films, I've never had a meeting or a big sort of meeting in Trivandrum. And
Yeah,
Ponniyin
yeah, yeah.
Selvan, it was
It was at your
my
hometown.
hometown.
Yeah.
It was my home ground. I suddenly felt like too many people were feeling proud for me. They
Yeah,
were all
exactly.
proud, like their girl has
Yeah,
reached
yeah, yeah.
Mani Ratnam's film. And I could feel that. Like every time people looked at me, they were like, oh, we're proud of you, girl. So, and then October is a month of Shakti, you know. Like, so I feel like the stories that I'm part of, the ones that I'm headlining, Kumari, Ammu, both talk about how women can survive a lot of things. How she's fire, she's power,
Empowering
she's strength.
films.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like, because I think of these things in that manner, I don't think anything is coincidence. I wonder why these things are releasing in October of all time. We shot and, you know, was ready with the film long back.
All
even
the
for
stars are aligning now.
Yes, I feel this is a time for things to happen, and I'm happy. I hope the films reach the audience how it should, you know, and it is received well, because there's a lot of time and care and a lot of effort going into each of the films that I'm doing. And I'm not taking up any other female-centric projects post Kumari. I've been very, very choosy, especially the headlining projects. I say no left, right, center to the headlining projects, because I feel like if I have a lot of responsibility now,
Yeah.
especially since Gargi, since the project was so well, you know, the movie was so well appreciated. Everybody like keeps talking to me about Gargi, how it moved them, how they couldn't get out of theatre post watching it. And the way it did, you know, it was a very dull time in our theatres, and it did good business for us. People came to the theatre to watch content, even though there was no song, there was no item dance, nothing. They came to theatres to see good content. So I think the responsibility is more and more now as an actor, as part. I still can't call myself a producer, though other people are calling. I don't feel the thing. As part of
You
a
don't like the
release.
label of being called a producer?
I mean, it's nothing about don't like the label. I feel like I've not earned it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So even now, I'm playing a very risk-free game. Like my money is definitely involved and all that, but I still am like, you know, I'm choosing the. It is risky. Kumari is a very risky project for me, but still, it's still a very safe game, I would say. So until I'm going out there and playing big money and, you know, very, very risky project, very experimental project, I would say, I won't be able to call myself a producer, I feel.
Okay.
I'm still learning a lot. So until I learn all that, how can I call myself?
Yeah.
I'm still producer in production. No, producer in creation.
Producer in the
whatever.
making.
Producer in the making.
Okay. So, இப்போ சொல்லியிருந்தீங்கல்ல கார்கி வாஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃபர் டு யூ ஈவன் பிஃபோர் யூ டிட் யுவர் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் தமிழ் ஃபிலிம்.
Yeah.
பட் இப்போ வந்து நீங்கள் பூங்குழலி பண்ணிட்டீங்க, மணிரத்னம் ப்ராஜெக்டில் ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க, யூ கெயின் கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ். நவ் டூ யூ ஹேவ் தட் கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் இன் யூ டு புல் ஆஃப் கார்கி இப்போ ஆஃபர் பண்ண இந்த டைமில்? நோ, ஸ்டில் நோ.
Still no.
Okay.
Still I feel like if you give me option of doing Gargi, like I'm not worried if I can act, or I'll do differently than what I did.
Yeah.
It won't. I think the soul is what Gargi did. You know, like what.
Sai Pallavi did.
See, I can't even
Yeah.
call Sai. What Pallavi did is what Gargi is.
Okay.
I cannot think of it in any other way.
And how do you take criticisms, Aishwarya?
Criticisms, I'm very good with criticism. As in, you take, even if whatever you're saying is wrong also, I'll try and find something right in that and try and correct myself. I mean,
I thought you were
no,
trying to
not
justify.
the person.
Oh, okay.
No, I never justify.
Okay.
I take the criticism.
Okay.
I take the criticism, even if they're very rude, is what I'm saying. Even if they're very rude, I'll try and find something that I can correct in that.
Okay.
So, and I go through very bad phases because of criticism. I go through like, oh my God, this is wrong. And my friends always have a difficult time asking me to stop reading comments.
Okay.
Sometimes people can be extremely rude, you know.
Yeah. Not everyone is constructive with their criticism.
Yeah. But I do try and find something positive in it. Because I get so much love also. With Poonguzhali, we were promoting in Hyderabad. I didn't even know people knew me there. There was so much love. They knew my name.
Okay.
I was very happy.
Did you dub for Poonguzhali in
No, I didn't. See, my Tamil.
That's what I was intending to ask. So அந்த criticisms வந்திருக்கு இப்போ கார்கி
ஆமா,
கூட
ஆமா.
அந்த climax
Yeah,
அந்த
yeah.
monologue கொஞ்சம்
Yeah,
criticisms வந்துச்சு
yeah.
அது so you didn't dub for your character.
No, so Gautam wanted me to, because
Okay.
Ahalya was a character he constructed in his head as a Malayali who's staying in Chennai. But we didn't shoot for it that much, so obviously that point was not conveyed.
Okay.
But the thing is, being a Malayali, also I'm getting opportunity to act in Tamil films.
Yeah,
Just because of my, even if I know good Tamil, I will still have the accent, that Malayali feel to it. So thankfully we have very good dubbing artists. So Poonguzhali
But
also
you're working on it, huh?
I'm working on my Tamil diction for sure, because I somehow miss the soul that I can give to my Malayali characters in this. Like, I miss it. Audience might
You
not
think
now.
in Malayalam and it's easier for you to act in Malayalam.
Because I've been acting in Malayalam for the longest time, so it will take time for me to shift into this. I can converse very well in Tamil. The minute camera is there, I get into this. Ayyo, இப்போ அந்த கிராமர் தப்பா வருமா, இந்த சொன்னா இது இங்க சொல்றது தப்பா வருமா. So I keep thinking, second guessing. So it's a little difficult even for interviews. But normally பேசும்போதெல்லாம் தமிழ் அப்படி கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் வந்துடும்.
Okay.
But for films, I definitely need to work on it. I'm aware. I'm very much aware. Okay. And I'm working on it.
So you're also doing these two big Malayalam films, Christopher and King of Kotha, the two superstars, dads and two superstars. அது பத்தி சொல்லுங்க.
Christopher, Unikrishnan sir, and I really wanted to. I'm doing a very small role in Christopher. It's only for the experience. I wanted to work with Mamuka and gain that experience. And I think I've shot only for a very less number of days. But I think ever since working with Mani sir, my perspective or my reasoning about taking up films also has changed a little bit.
And the duration, அதெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு இப்போ
இல்ல அது எதுவுமே தேவையில்லை எனக்கு, because I do some films for some reasoning. And for me, Christopher, I love the character, I love Unikrishnan sir's work, but that is not the reasoning. I wanted to work with Mamuka. I wanted to gain that experience, and Mamuka was such a sweetheart on set.
Okay.
He used to sit and tell me stories of when they used to go to shoot in US, how he used to, be a makeup artist. He had to be part of the production because it was his third movie or something.
Did he ask you anything about Mani sir's sets?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first thing he told, I told him I was part of PS, and we have been in touch via phone and everything before. So Mamuka said, "Oh, you go and tell Mani sir you're working with his Dalapati, that one and that other actor, no, in Dalapati. Tell him I told him like." Okay. That's how he presented this. Tell your Mani sir na. It is very nice working with sir, especially the stories, no, how they used to make films, how they used to sit together and act as actors and discuss, because then and all there was no vanity van.
Yeah.
So they would sit together under a tree, discuss the scenes, then how other actors used to work. So those stories were very nice.
When are you joining King of Kotha?
From the first
30th
after
book.
the
Okay.
30th after the film's release, I'm traveling. Okay. I've just asked for like few days. They've already started shoot. So last few days I have Kumari dubbing is happening in Chennai. The last minute promotional videos and all that we are taking here. So for that I requested to our director Abhilash Joshi. So that's why I'm here. Because I'll see the first show and I'll move.
FDFS 4am?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully you'll get to see Poonguzhali and PS in all its glory.
Yes.
And the audience will also lap up your performance.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm waiting for. I want audience to love Poonguzhali. Just forget Poonguzhali. I want our audience to love Ponniyin Selvan, the whole film, and just watch it and love it and just write about it. Those are the dreams that I have, and I hope it comes true.
Hopefully it will. Thank you. Thank you for your
கலைப்புலி எஸ் தானு வழங்கும் செல்வராகவன் தனுஷ் கூட்டணியில் நானே வருவேன் இன்று முதல் உலகமெங்கும்.